So, here we are, Brookwater, having a bit of a chip around with some balls.
Yeah.
So we've got the Vice Pro.
Well, we've got both balls at the moment,
Yep.
but the one we're testing, or the one we're doing a little bit of a chat about at the moment, is just the Vice Pro.
Yep.
There's two types. There's the Vice Pro and the Vice Pro Plus. Then they have the Vice Drive, and they have some other lesser ones. Not the saying that they're any lesser, but the Vice Pro is the three-piece Pro V1 equivalent.
Yep.
Yeah, good to hear. So what are your thoughts on the feel? So I've got some numbers here I hit with 7 iron.
Yep. I've had a couple of shots around the green and from a bit further back. The Vice Pro I really like. It's got a nice soft feel to it. I reckon it's not a bad ball. Seems to check up pretty good on the green. I like the feel off the wedge, certainly.
You chipped one before and you hold it. Which one was it?
Yeah, that was
the Vice Pro.
Yep, from what, 40
I don't know,
metres
40
now?
metres, 50 metres?
Yep. It to me feels a lot better.
In what way? Like,
Yeah. So we'll go on to the Vice Pro Plus, but
the Plus is later, but yeah.
Yeah, it feels softer to me. So it feels like a more premium type ball. But I just like the feel of it coming off the face. It doesn't have that clunky sort of sound.
Just as before we were setting up, Richard hit a last chip. He hit 2 balls, and the second one he hit, I said, "Is that the Plus?"
Yep. And when
And
I
he
went up,
goes,
it was.
It was. So
Yep.
it's definitely a distinctive noise. Like the Plus is a 4-piece.
You do get some of those balls that have that clunkier sound. I don't know. I suppose it's just to your ear.
Correct. Like
what you're used to.
sound is often feel.
Yeah. Yep.
So from a numbers point of view here, I've got in meters, and you'll get to see this in yards and in meters. Carry distance. So I done this up against the Pro V.
Yep.
This year's model, Titleist Pro V, which are effectively the same ball, a 3-piece urethane, all the fun stuff. Now, the difference is 1 meter in the air. So the actual Vice is 1 meter in the air more, but that's because it's about 500 RPM less spin.
Yep.
So for basically the same ball speed and the same launch, it's about 500 RPM less spin.
Yep.
It's still landing the same, so it's not really compromising land. It might just take an extra meter or so to stop. It's not going to be much. So from my point of view, from a feel, if I had to choose between the Vice Pro and the Vice Pro Plus, would easily be the Vice Pro. It kind of feels like a Pro V1x, maybe in between Pro V1x, Pro V. It's certainly not the softest thing I've ever hit, but it's certainly not the hardest thing.
I felt it was more like that. Yeah. So I didn't mind that one.
I think it's a little firmer than the Pro V.
Yep.
But not much firmer. To me, the best thing about the golf ball is the words written Vice, as you'll see in the close-ups. It's kind of cool, but it's that lineup.
Yeah. Look, there's not much going on. It's very simple, isn't it? We've put our name on it. We've put a nice big number on it, and we've put a nice lineup line.
Well, the solid black lineup line.
Yep.
Like, to me,
Yep.
that's the best thing about these balls.
Because some of those lineup lines are a waste of time to have them on.
Almost, like at least that you don't have to draw a line.
Nope.
That's what makes that really, really good. And as you can see in the close-up stuff, it actually, that almost looks like a Foremost X3 ball. I'll put them beside each other, but they look almost like a Forte X3 ball, which is interesting. Now, I think price-wise of these US dollars a dozen is about $30 a dozen, US. So I suppose you're looking at sub $50 Australian.
40, 45.
Something like that.
Yep, yep. So in about that same market as a lot of those balls. Yep.
Correct. Yep. But guys, there you go. The Vice Pro, the normal Vice Pro, performs as well as a Pro V. Probably feels a little bit firmer, but the best thing is that lineup line for me.
Yep. Yeah, I don't mind it. I certainly like this one.
And it makes you chip in as well, so you better go and buy.
Yeah, you can. Can't be worse than that.
Cheers, guys. Thanks for checking the video. Check out the Vice Pro and some other golf ball stuff we've got going on as well.
Yep.
Cheers. See you next time.